Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Glory. If you're new on this channel, my name is Glory. If you're a returning subscriber, my name is still Glory. Here we talk about faith, nursing, lifestyle. That feels so good to be able to say we talk about faith, nursing, and lifestyle because now we talk about nursing, or we are going to be talking about nursing. Um, yeah, this is quite a new setup and it's been a while. Hopefully, this mic is recording what I'm saying because I can't even see the indications that it's recording or it's working, but by faith. Today is precisely Friday, 4th of October, and it is 12:03 p.m. noon. It's not noon, but it's 12:03. It's past noon. So it's been such a long time. I have like videos that are backed up and backed up and backed up that I am yet to edit and put out so that you guys can like catch up. I'm actually supposed to catch up with you guys, like put it out so you guys can like catch up with me. But school has been a lot. I started school in September, on the 3rd of September, and it's nursing school, and it's been a lot. I don't know if they are myths, but like the perspective out there about nursing school. Okay, let's be moderate or let's be temperate. That it's hard. It's not hard. It's just a lot. Um, yeah, nursing school is just a lot. So basically, I'm just going to be talking about how nursing, from the topic, how nursing has like changed me or is changing me or is changing my way of thinking. I'm going to touch on like different things. I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible because I don't want to talk for such a long time so that I don't like get unmotivated to edit. If possible, I want to be able to edit it and actually put it out today. Today, I still have other like schoolwork to catch up on. So back to the topic, back to what we're saying. So the perspective about nursing school out there is that nursing school is hard. Um, I don't think it's hard. It's the concepts are not like hard to understand. It's just that they are a lot. There's much to do. And I hate to admit it, but if you really are not good with your time management as a person, think about going into nursing school again. Think about it again. Because I think that is what is going to keep you and preserve you as a student in nursing school. Being able to manage. Oh, okay. We are growing. Not manage your time, because I just learned you can't actually manage time. You can't manage what does not have the ability to diminish. So you can manage energy, but you can't manage time. So like being able to, you can invest time, exactly. So being able to invest your time wisely in the things that you engage in and the things you give priority to would affect your nursing experience as a student. So yeah, that's what I'm coming to realize. This is just like, a bit, this is like an icing, or like the icing. It's not the icing. What do you call that in the tip of the iceberg? Which may be English. Sorry, it's not my first language. This is just the tip of the iceberg on like what I want to dive into. But I'm just trying to set the background or set like that base tone. Um, so yeah, it's just been a lot. In case you're wondering, oh gosh, she's been off from YouTube for such a long time. This is why. Plus the fact that okay, I went back to my country and then I just wanted to spend time with family and not even think about YouTube. Although I did eventually film. I mean, I don't think I can get that out of me. Like once in a while, I'll just like bring up my this and film for days when I just feel like editing and then putting something out on YouTube, so I won't lack videos. But that editing now is my problem. That's why I'm having issues. But let's leave that. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I've been off for a long time. But now I'm back. um yeah, so going into how nursing school has is changing me. or my experiences with nursing school. um it's been a lot, especially this week. It's just been a lot, like there are things I just never knew I had to, like, I never knew would be. I just thought nursing school was like just school where you learn how to care for people, but I didn't know that caring for people like entailed a lot. Like, it's very emotionally demanding. I think that's the word. Yes, it's very emotionally demanding. And if you're now not the person, if you're not the person who can be in touch with their emotions and also understand the emotions of other people, basically I'm trying to say, if you're not someone who can be empathetic, right, it's probably going to be a little bit tough for you, like at first, because um I don't I try to be empathetic. I think I do a good job at being like empathetic towards people or with people. But then, well, that was what I used to think before I got into nursing school. And now I'm seeing that, being empathetic, like as a nurse, it takes that to another level. You have to be like on another level of empathy. Right? Because, for me back in Nigeria, like when you go to the hospital and then you meet the nurses, they really don't have, like, their emotions are not involved with you. Like, you're just going there, the nurse is going to give you an injection, take your vital signs, and you're off. Like, there's really no connection. The nurses don't really need to connect with you on a personal level. And I'm not saying like pry into your personal life, but like, you just know there's just a wall. You're just going there to see a stranger, and then they're just attending to you, and then you're leaving that place. But like here, the way we are being, because I was studying nursing back in Nigeria, right? So I'm just comparing like the two different, like the way we're being taught nursing here. You have to be involved with your patients. You can't come with that like wall. You have to consider a lot of things. I think, yeah, that's one thing I'm really finding difficult. Like, the fact that when I'm dealing with somebody, I'm not just dealing with them as a person. I'm dealing with them as, like, I have to think of the experiences, the things that they've been through. Did they grow up well? Did they have trauma? Did they, have like access to good, like, quality education and stuff like that? So that when you're now providing like care, or when you're like providing care to the patient, you are not just going based off of, you're not just providing care based on like just like theoretical knowledge. Like, you're actually saying, okay, this person has been through this thing, so this person may not understand that this is supposed to be this way. Things like that. Like, it's a lot. Like, knowing that you have to like put yourself in a place to understand people on a daily basis. Like, it's emotionally going to be demanding on a daily basis. And I think that's the hardest part for me for right now. Like, since like starting nursing school, that has been like the hardest part for me, realizing that, oh, I have to learn how to be empathetic, like much more deeply than I've ever like thought before or been before. um I don't know if any other nursing students is facing that out there, and it started making me like question my decision to go into nursing, right? Yeah, like I was like, I don't think I don't think I was ready for this. I just wanted to come to learn how to care for people, but then I didn't know like they would go this deeply. I didn't know like the care involved, emotions, not emotions, but like, the way I'm sounding is I'm sounding like, I'm a stick and I'm a tree, and I don't have emotions. But no, like, it's just like you have to be more. You have to be more. You have to push yourself to be more, right? So that's that about, what nursing school is doing to me, and like how it's changing my perspective. Like, it's really changing my perspective on a lot of things. Also, another thing is, I didn't realize that as a nurse you would have to I don't even know how I didn't realize that, but like, you have to deal with like death. I'm like, I was thinking of going into nursing and healthcare. How didn't I ever think about that? Like, that came to my mind, but I felt like I don't know, like I didn't think about it. I didn't even like yeah, I just like felt okay when I get there, like to I will learn, I'll be able to do it and stuff like that. Like, but like learning that about like um learning about death, learning about like dying, learning about, because if you're a nurse, like sometimes you probably eventually get to work at residential homes, like you know homes for old people, like that's if that's where you want to go into. So it's like I never really gave it a deep thought, and now that I'm realizing, like now that I'm slowly realizing that, oh, this is reality. We are here. Oh. Right, and this is basically going to be like probably what I'm going to be doing for the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years of my life, right? Actively doing for the next 5 to 10 years of my life. I'm like, okay. Now it makes me think about, like, I have to start thinking and get comfortable with death as a topic. Firstly, with myself, right? And realizing that, oh, you're actually going to die one day. And like people actually plan for their death. Like I didn't realize that people have planned for their death. Like, you know, it's just it's not amazing, but like it's just like very mind blowing. People are saying, oh, like, when I'm getting old, I want you to, take care of me this way. When I'm getting old, I want you to, or like, bury me here, or like, it's just like people have thought about these things. What have you been doing, Maybe? So it's just very mind boggling that I have to start thinking about this thing, because eventually I would have to help families, like, go through grief. And if I'm not comfortable, or if I don't know how to go through that, or if I don't know how to um be comfortable with grief, I don't think you ever get comfortable, but yeah, if I don't know how to be somewhat stable, you know, in that area, how am I going to be able to help the other families, or the families of the patients that, have just passed away or something. So nursing has just been changing a lot of my perspective on things. The thing is that, like, it's not just changing my perspective. The reason why I'm actually coming to, as much as the workload is a lot, and like it's like I'm really questioning my decision of going into nursing. Another thing that I think is keeping me, or like is helping me um like the profession, is that it's affecting my actual life. Like it's not just like, oh, it's schoolwork and then my life is different. Like it's not separate. Nursing is now flowing into my life, right? So like the part about being empathetic, if when I learn that, or like as I'm learning that, it's not just for the people I'm taking care of in the hospital. It's going to also impact the way I you know interact with my partner. It's going to impact with the way I interact with my siblings. It's going to impact the way I interact with my parents, with my friends, with my mentors, mentees, or like the different levels of relationship that I have in my life, right? With my co-workers as well. So that is why I'm coming to like embrace nursing as a profession, or as a career, or as a lifestyle. I actually want it to become a lifestyle. So it's so funny, like I don't know, I want it to become a lifestyle, because but the thing is that when I see people, it's hard for me, because when I look at people, like there's some people like when they talk, you can just tell that this person is very caring. Like the person just has it in them to be very caring. Like they talk so softly, they talk so like calmly, they talk so like they're so interested in you, they're so interested in your well-being. Like they really care about you. But it's hard. How the hell am I supposed to care about somebody that I don't even know, like from Jack? How am I supposed to care about like people that I just met like how many minutes ago, or like people I'm just going to be with for like 2 to 3 weeks or maybe 4 weeks or a month, and then the person's out of my life? How am I supposed to invest my emotions? And it's a lot of investing your emotions and learning to detach, learning to invest, learning to detach, um learning to know how much to invest, and when to detach and when to invest. It's a lot on the emotional side. It's a lot of emotional intelligence as well. um but like, it just amazes me that there's some people I've seen, and I think like that was actually what pulled me towards the nursing career. Like, when I see people who are so like they care for people that they don't know. Like, it's just amazing. That's why things like philanthropy. Let me not say philanthropy, but like that's just the word. That's the best word I can find for it right now. Like when I watch all these videos on Instagram of like people who go to the one that gets me the most is like people who go to, like, let's say, the slums where people are living. There's this particular girl, and also someone like Onakoya as well. Um um when I was like going through their videos, and like just they go to the slums, or like they go to a place where like the living condition is nothing to write, it's nothing to write home about, and they're like helping people, and you can just genuinely tell that they care. Like, they're not doing it because they just want to fulfill all righteousness of being kind and caring towards people. Like, you can tell that they genuinely care. Like when I was watching someone like Tunde Onakoya, you can tell that he genuinely cares about these children. But I'm like, these kids are not your own. How the hell are you able to care for people who are not your own? Like, I don't know. For me, that one comes hard to me. Like, it comes hard to me. I won't even lie. Like, if you are not the person that I'm interested in, let's say, like, you are not the person I'm interested in, it's just hard for me to connect with every other person around you. Or like, yeah, I don't know. That's just how it is for me. So I guess I would have to put more effort into learning to be empathetic. And I think that's where the hard work is for me. Like, much more than the workload. I'm not even like, the workload is workloading is a lot. But God is helping me, and He's helping me to see strategies to be able to manage my energy, then invest my time wisely as well. Things like that. But like, I think I can handle that. Yeah, I think I can handle that. But the emotional part of it, or like the other aspect of being a nurse, I'm gonna need help from the Holy Spirit. A lot of help, because it doesn't come to me naturally. Yeah, I think that's also what I'm facing. Nursing doesn't really come to me naturally. I like to help people, but not in the way that nursing helps. Right? So I think that's also why I chose the profession, because I knew that, okay, what do you want to, well, I like to help people, and I felt like nursing was the profession for me to be able to express that. But coming to realize that that's not the type of help I was talking about. Right? Like bathing people, there are times where you would actually have to bathe people and like, care for patients and stuff like that. Feed them, give them medications, talk with them, be interested in their lives, even if you don't really care about their lives. Like, that's where I'm having issues. Like, I don't really know you. Well, I think that's where the whole empathetic thing comes in. Like, you just have to understand that, whatever is happening to this person is not their fault. Well, even if it is, let's say it's drug addiction or something, which they chose to go into drugs and stuff like that. But like, even if it's a tiny bit of their fault, as a nurse, that's what you swore an oath to. You're there to care, whether you are interested or you're not interested. Nobody really that's not what they're asking you to do. You're there to provide care to the patient, right? um um so, but the thing is that it's going to be, why that is really important for me is that you would enjoy it more if you actually do care about the patients. It's going to become like easier to you, and the profession will not seem, it won't seem that tiring, compared to when you're just doing the work because you have to do it, because you don't have a choice, because you are commanded to, or like you are demanded to do that. um that's where I have an issue, because I don't want to become like, I don't want to be a robot doing just providing care, and not actually like being in touch with my patient and like stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know how many people out there are also facing. I've never really heard anybody talk about this, like this particular aspect of nursing. All I've heard about is like it's hard, the workload is hard, the academic bubble is hard. Even like, the first thing we were told was, nursing is known to be like the hardest, is what's it called? The hardest degree. Nursing is like the hardest degree in the world. Yeah. Apparently. But like I don't even know how true that is, because I'm like, what of engineering? Yeah, but that's what people apparently that's what statistics say. It's the hardest degree in the world to earn, or like to do. But really, that's the only thing I've really heard about nursing, and obviously the benefits of being a nurse. Once at the end of the day, once you like get into the nursing career and the nursing profession. But I've never really heard about this emotional aspect of it. I've also heard that it can get you burnt out when you start working and all of that. But I mean this particular aspect where like you go into nursing and you don't even feel like a nurse, like in the first place, right? Or like you don't feel like it's even your calling in the first place. How do you now become a nurse? Like, or do you get like, do you have to have a calling to be a nurse before you go into the nursing profession, or can you learn to be a nurse, right? Then it probably becomes a calling, I guess. Like that's just the question around it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really, I think you can learn it, and I think that's the only thing still keeping me going. Like I think you can learn, because you don't have to know it all. Because if you know it all, then you will probably be in the hospital taking care of patients already. But then I think that's why you actually go through the school. I think you can learn to care for patients. You can learn what to do and what not to do. And you probably also have like a personal responsibility as well to learn about emotional intelligence and like learn about empathy. Yeah, I didn't want this video to be like extremely long. So yeah, let me just know your thoughts. Did you guys also feel that way about other careers? I don't know, things that I feel like this only applies to the like medical side, but I don't know, let's say things like engineering, someone who likes math and physics and stuff like that, but then isn't really passionate about it, like, but they want to do something with their lives, they want to do something meaningful with their lives, and so therefore they want to let's say be an engineer or be an architect or something, construct like meaningful buildings and stuff like that, make buildings more accessible, make designs more like universal, things like that. They just want to contribute to society, even if like there's no calling on the inside per se to be an architect or to be an engineer, but then that's this feeling to be useful to society just makes you choose a career or a profession that makes you feel like you can contribute to society positively in this way. I don't know if that's a problem. That's my issue. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a problem, but how do you navigate that when your emotions are not in alignment with that, or you don't have any emotions towards that? It's just like an objective reasoning or an objective thinking. Here are my plights. Yeah, so that's all. Hopefully this video causes you to think more and causes us to find answers as well. Yeah, I don't know, anybody who comes across this video, if you think you have a suggestion on how to navigate this type of thing or this type of like problem, please let me know so that everybody else in the comments too can learn one or two things, because I feel like it's very important. I've never really heard anybody talk about it like even all the nurses that I follow and like all the videos of nursing that I've watched, never really heard about it. But like going to nursing school now for about a month and a week, this is what I'm realizing. Yeah, it's not just about the job security that nursing gives you. It's not just about the pay. It's not just about, the burning out and all of that. The emotional aspect is a lot. It's terribly much. Yeah, so see you guys when next I see you, whatever that content is. Bye.